Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 160. Oh, I always forget to check. Well, I just said 165, 166. Thereabouts. It is a very cloudy, overcast, semi-drizzly rainy day. It's July. Oh, and Scout has just made an appearance. Hi. Hi, are you coming in? Yeah, yeah, here. I will move my footstool. I will give you access. Come here. Come here. Are you? She's being a big suck it down. Yeah, there she goes. It is July 21st, Monday. I'm back up in my upstairs office again because it was drizzly and rainy. And I found that the lighting in here the last time was actually better when I was doing my edits and everything. So I thought, okay, we'll try that again because this is generally where all of my knitting stuff is. And it saves me carrying it all downstairs. Let's just jump in. I have a frogged project that has been restarted. I have some socks. I have some progress on my Boneyard Shawl. And I have quite a bit of progress on the blanket that I'm knitting with my Advent minis, plus some extras thrown in from leftover socks, sock knitting that I had, just because I'm going to need a little extra than the 27 mini skeins I had, just to get like the length I wanted. But we will talk about that later. Let's start off with, let's see, what are we getting here? I forget. Oh, yeah. So I want to do another Renunculus. And the one I did previously was very crop. And I just made it because I was going to wear it over kind of long dresses in the summer on the cooler days. But I only did that on occasion. And it was fitted and I liked it, but I didn't love it. I think if it had had a bit more ease to it, I would have worn it a lot more. So I think what I'm going to do this time around, because I do want to knit another one, is do it with a drapier yarn and do it with a bigger gauge than what I did. Because I did shrink down, if memory serves, it's been a while. I did shrink down the needle size that I use to get a bit of a tighter gauge. And so this time I'm going to use a bigger needle. But I think what I will do is I have 4 skeins of this. And this is in the, where's my glasses? I'm trying not to wear my glasses too much when I have this because I have a light here. It just, I get a glare. I also apparently have a very shiny forehead. I forgot to take my clip out. Not that that's going to fix the shiny forehead, but or the glare in the glasses. But this is colorway 1342, so it doesn't really have a name. But this is the, I'm not even going to attempt to say this because I butcher it every time, but it's Barocco, and this is a sport weight. This is like a very nice soft green color, and I really like it. I thought that would be a good neutral color to wear. I'm going to be casting this on. I'm not sure when, but it's like July 21st now. So if I want to have it for this summer, I may want to jump on that soon. Okay, taking those off. This is my second Boneyard shawl. And I was knitting on this all weekend and it was just so addictive. And I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I love this yarn. This colorway is Spring Has Sprung. And I absolutely love this. Like, oh, I just love the colors in it so much. Anyway, let me see which was the top. So, okay. Trying to do this without knocking anything off my needles. So I probably about, oh, I've still got a fair bit left to go. I'm going to knit until the yarn is gone. So this is what I have. Oh, I'm going to hit my microphone. So far, I just love it. Oh my God. And the Boneyard Shawl is such an enjoyable knit. Like you're doing kind of little ridges, but other than that, it's just like knit and purl back and forth. And if you're not a big fan of purling, I don't know, maybe it's not going to be your jam. I don't mind purling at all. So, but oh my gosh, I love it. I just love it. I love the colors. I love the pattern. I am just, it's a big old love fest over here for this Boneyard Shawl. I absolutely love it. This, I think, maybe end up being kind of my go-to shawl knit anytime I want to like do a gift or I just want to knit up a shawl. But I am really enjoying it. It's just, it's so easy. Like it's just basically 2 rows except for when you get to the ridge, and then you just do it a little different, but the ridge is actually the easiest part to do. But yeah, I have at least half the skein left, and yeah, so there's still some of this left in the shop if anybody wants some. My shop link is down below. You can just check it out if you want. So last episode, yeah, I did, I had said that I showed that I know I'm on a yarn diet supposedly this year, but I have made a few little purchases. And then I have bought using my gift cards, which was allowed because it wasn't really money out of my pocket. But I had mentioned last episode that I had picked this up at the variety store that's near our cottage, and I absolutely love the colors. So I popped in there the other day, and when we were up in the weekend, and I picked up another one. So this one definitely has more purples in it, and this has kind of a mix of blue and pinks and purples and greens, and then this kind of. So I think I might do something with this one for my sister. I think these colors would look really nice on her, and then I'm going to do something for me with this one. And I was going to originally do socks, but I'm kind of thinking maybe another Boneyard shawl for my sister anyway. So, and this is Wool Addicts. It's by Footprints. Back to glasses. And it is made by, it's a German wool from the looks of it. Langarn and whole woolly, no wait. It is Lang and Company. Thank you. And it looks like a German, maybe Denmark. Oh, made in Italy. This is 3172 is the colorway for that one, and this one is 3682. I have made a little progress on this sock. Get this. This is being knit out of. This is Lane. Nope. Where are we here? Oh my goodness. Sprinkly Stripey Superwash 4-ply, made with merino, and it is RICO design. Again, this looks like German. Yep, Germany. So this is this is the yarn. There, that's a good representation of it. And then this is how far I've gotten. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make these for, these are going to be for my husband. Oops. So they've got like a nice like brown and green, and then there's like these little speckled sections, which are really kind of cool. So I've turned for the foot, and I have knitted socks for him that I've made previously, and I'm just going to kind of measure them against those ones to make sure I get the right fit. But this is the first sock, so I've got two. I'm going to try to get these done. I was going to try to get them done by the end of July, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I did already. I think I'm doing the year-long sock knit along by Sox-A-Long, Alice, and Diane over at My Pink Bathtub. You knit a pair of socks a month or more than one, and then you get entered for a prize, and then like there's all this stuff going on. Anyway, I'll leave the link below because it's actually been a lot of fun, and it's definitely kept me on track because I wanted to do socks for everybody for Christmas this year. So I've already put in my July ones, but I would love to get these done as a second pair to put in. I don't know if that's going to happen because I have so many. I feel like I got a lot of projects on the go right now, and they all want my attention. And there's only so many hours in the day, even with being retired, apparently. So I am working on that. And then the other thing I'm working on is my blanket that I'm using up my advents for, as well as a lot of leftover sock bits. So I'm knitting until the yarn runs out, even if it's mid-row. But I am picking one side to weave in my ends so that there's going to be just one side with ends woven in. So I will have sort of a front and back side, but I'm not stopping when I get to the end of a row, and then I'm not stopping at the end of a row even if I don't have enough yarn to get me all the way to the next end. I'm literally just, as you can see from the little dangly bits here, I'm stopping when I have about that much left, and so that I have enough to weave in, even if it's in the middle of a row, and then I'm just starting a new color. So, because I really want to use up as much of the yarn as possible. So here's what we've got so far. And I really love it. So it is going to be, oops, I don't have stoppers on these, so I'm going to try not to knot, or I did have, oh no, I do. Look at me go. It's probably a good thing. So yeah, so I absolutely love this. It's really, I hope I'm not hitting my microphone. It's really turning out nice. I like that, like I started off with sort of I'm using these two colors here. I have two skeins of both of these colors. So these are going to be the two, what I'm calling the anchor colors. So it will start off with the blue and I forget what this was called. I think this was like most of these are lichen and lace. All of the minis from the advent calendar that I'm putting into this are lichen and lace. And then some of the leftover sock bits are also lichen and lace, and then other ones are some of my own yarns. Some of them are just like leftover sock yarn from different places. But I have two skeins each of the blue and two skeins each of, I think this was like one of the summer colors, and I can't remember the exact name of it. But what I'm doing is I started with the blue and then this, and then when I get to the end, I'm going to have this be the second last color and this the very last color. So these will kind of be like anchor colors. But I am just motoring along. It's very addictive. It's simple. It's straight up garter stitch back and forth. So it's the perfect mindless project for when I want to be sitting there and just watching videos. I love true crime. I mean, I'm not saying I love that true crime happens to people, but I love watching true crime podcasts. And I just discovered that there are all of these 20, like the TV show 2020, all of these true crime podcasts from 2020 on YouTube. And I have just been binge watching. So I have been, and it's, you know, when I'm watching that, I want to pay attention because I want to like make sure I have the gist of the story. But so this is like the perfect thing to be knitting on when I'm watching that. So so this is my tale of woe. This is my fletching sweater. Now, I had gotten the entire body done. I think I have a video of it. I think I still have it. And I'm going to put it up somewhere here, if I do, just to give you a sense of what happened. So here's what happened. I knit the entire body and then I tried it on. And I knit size 3, which should have fit. Now, did I gauge swatch? No, I didn't. In hindsight, should I have? Probably. But here's what happened. It seemed like when I tried it on, this section here with the color work in it seemed okay. But when you got to the body, you could have fit 2 or 3 of me in there. Like it was just so loose and gigantic. When I checked my gauge, like I used the needle size that was called for. And normally I'm not a loose knitter and I'm not a tight. I am like literally middle of the road. And I usually always get gauge. And once in a while, it'll be maybe a little tighter or a little looser than what the pattern calls for, but it always seems to fit. I don't know what happened. I mean, even if it had been a little looser, it shouldn't have been this loose. It shouldn't have been that loose. It was insane how big this thing was. So what I did was I was trying to decide, like, there was a part of me it was like, oh, screw it. I'm just going to keep going. It'll just be a big oversized sweater. But I decided not to because I really love the look of this sweater. I love the color work in it. And I thought I'm not going to enjoy it if it's like that huge and I feel like I'm swimming in it. I really want it to fit nicely. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to go on the project page and see if other knitters who have knit it had any issue with gauge and what they did, etc. So I was going through and I couldn't really find anything. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just go and see if I can find another sweater with color work in it that I like as much. And you know what? I couldn't. I really, really like this color work. So I went back to the projects again and I started sifting through, and I did find this one knitter who said that she knit the size 3, which is what she normally knits for her, you know, which should have fit her, which is what I did. And she said it was huge on her. So I was like, okay, what did you do? How did you fix it? So she went down to a size 1, but she also reduced her needle size. And I was looking at how it fit her, and it fit her like very well. It didn't look like it had a lot of positive ease to it, and I wanted a little bit of positive ease at least, like, you know. So I thought, okay, I am going to go down to the first size and I am going to keep the needle size that I have. And so that is what I am doing. And what I am going to do is when I get to the end of the color work and I split for the sleeves, I am just going to kind of try it on and try to get a sense of how it's fitting compared to how it was fitting, and go from there. If it ends up, if I still think it's a bit too large, then I think I will go down at least, I might go down 2 needle sizes if it's still really large, depending on how much. I really don't want to have to frog this again, but I really want this sweater. So doing the size that I'm doing now, I'm basically taking about 68 stitches out of the body. So I think it'll be okay. But so here's where we're at now compared to where I was. Here's where we're at. I have 2 sections of the color work done, and I have 2 sections left to go. So I think it looks better than it did, definitely. So I'm hoping this will get me the size that I want, because I really do not want to have to redo this again. I really don't. I've already had to back out of the color work a couple of times because I made mistakes. This one went fine, the first one, and then the second one on the bottom end of it, I did something. I ended up, you're supposed to kind of knit 2 and 2, and I did 4 of one color because I think I got distracted. And yeah, so I had to back that out. Anyway, I will say, so I'm knitting this out of Wool of the Andes in their sport weight from Knit Picks, and this is in the Dove Heather, and this is in the Currant. So I do have a bag full of, like, that's all the stuff that was sort of, there's more little bits, and then of course some of it's already been used in this. But yeah, so I'm trying to catch up to where I was. I really want to get this one finished because I want to start the Renunculus, but I don't want to start the Renunculus until I at least get the body of this done. So I think I'm going to work on that today while it's quiet here. And I think, oh, the other thing I really need to get done, and I have mentioned this before, I have a ton of socks that need at least one of them darned. I have a lot that I've worn through. I have 7 pairs that need darning. I have my mushroom. I have the tutorial on how to do it, and I just need to get started. And I love my little mushroom. I got this off Etsy, and I can't remember the maker that did it, but if I can find it, I'll put it down below. It's beautiful. It's just, I mean, really, I should want to darn socks just so I can use this. I think that's everything. We have our vacation coming up the first week in August, and we always do a road trip to Mahone Bay and Lunenburg. And what was it called? I always called it the Yarn Barn, but I think it was called Darn Yarn in Mahone Bay, but they've since closed. But I am really looking forward to going to Mariner's Daughter because that is the one. I know I've actually been buying yarn. But this is the one where I'm going and I'm buying specifically for me. And that was my one caveat when I started my no buy, which I am doing really good at. I really, the only yarn, like really expensive yarn that I've bought, I've had gift cards for. But this one is the one that I don't have gift cards for because we're going to Mariner's Daughter, not the Loop, where I have my gift cards for. And I still have, I think, $500 in gift cards to spend there. I'm just waiting for them to maybe get some new stock in and like for the fall before I go too crazy. So, but I really want to get some Plotalopi. I would like to get some more of that. They have a lot of different stock than what I can get here in Halifax, which I really like. So when I go there, it's not like, well, I can get this in Halifax. I find that they have a really good selection so that it's not like I'm looking at the same thing. It's like all new stuff. So I'm really looking forward to going down there. And I always enjoy when we go down there because it's just such a beautiful town. And I would often spend a week every summer in Mahone Bay or Mater's Cove, and which is like, here's Mater's Cove, here's Mahone Bay. So I really love that whole area, Mahone Bay, Lunenburg. People are lovely. I love the little shop. I find when you live in the city, a lot of the shops that you get are just, they're the standard ones that you would get like in the mall and stuff like that. It's hard to find unless you go kind of into downtown Halifax or maybe a little on the outskirts of like by the Hydrostones and that. You can get some nice little things. Nice little shops. The problem is that I won't drive in Halifax because they're doing so much construction. They've changed the direction of so many of the roads. I don't know how to get around anywhere. So I will sometimes go over when my husband goes in the morning to work, but he goes to work at like 7 o'clock in the morning, which means then I'd have to like kick around for 2.5 hours waiting for the shops to open. And it's just like, so I am considering, because I don't want to drive my car over there, because then you have to find parking, which is nearly impossible. And then what I think I might do is just drive to one of the main bus depots, bus stops, where you can park your car and grab the bus over. So I think that might be what I'll do one day, is just kind of do that, and then for the afternoon, and then drive home with him, and then he can drop me off where I've parked my car and go that way. And then I can just kind of spend an afternoon wandering around without having to drive anywhere. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now. I am going to work today on my colorwork sweater, getting my socks darned. Might work a little on my husband's sock if I have time. I don't even know what time it is. I'm looking at my watch. I think it's around like 10 in the morning, 10 o'clock. I did my writing this morning. Oh, I did get another cotton face cloth done. I have no idea where I put that. It's downstairs. So, oh, wait a minute. I wonder if I put it in here. This bag is sort of my catch-all. Oh, that's the one I'm going to be doing next. It's stuck in here somewhere. I don't know where I put that now. Anyway, there we go. This one's a very bright pink. Not sure who's getting this one. Not me, because I'm not a pink person, but so and that was just, this one was made out of, I don't think this one might have been the Suds one. Yeah, I think it was. I think this was one of the Suds ones. I really like the marled. This one's not as marled as some of the other ones, but it's a lot more solid, but you can still see the variegation of the little spots of weight in there. So I am making up a bunch of these and doing a little spa basket for Christmas presents. And yeah, so I think that, I'm trying to think. I haven't started my brother-in-law's socks yet, but I did get a pattern for it. I'm not a big fan of the Briggs and Little pattern. I find it way too detailed, but I did find another one, and I printed that off, and it's for worsted weight socks made out of Briggs and Little. So it was just a little more streamlined, and I don't need, like, I have my own vanilla pattern that I do, and I just want to follow that, but I just want to get the numbers correct because I don't usually use like Tuffy yarn to make my socks. So, and that's what this is. This is the Briggs and Little Tuffy. And I mean, I got this for $6.99. Yeah. So, and I got 2 skeins of the green, 1 skein of the red. So that'll be more than enough because I'll do the socks and the toes, not the heels. I hate changing color for the heels. I just hate it. I don't want to do it. So that'll go heels and toes. That'll go for the foot, or the leg and the foot. I have 2 of these. And then I have 1 of the red. I may get started on that fairly soon, but for today, I'm going to be darning and probably working on my colorwork sweater. Yeah, I think that's going to be kind of my main focus today. So, and getting this edited and uploaded today or tomorrow. So that is pretty much everything that's going on. I hope you guys are all doing well and you're getting some good summer weather. We are supposed to have really nice weather for the next few days, so I'm looking forward to that. Getting back out for my walks because I've missed them over the last couple of days of rain. So I hope you guys are enjoying your summer, and I will see you soon. Bye.